Hello YouTube, this is Insane Monster, and this is the beginning part of the what if Asta had dark matter. Now, this is the dark matter from uh, a certain scientific accelerator. If you haven't seen that anime, I suggest you go do so. Now, as for what dark matter is, it's a matter that doesn't exist in the universe until a person with the capacity to make it makes it, and a material that doesn't exist doesn't play by the same kind of laws as normal matter. So there is that. Now Asta is born with it, being able to do it. Once he gets older, he figures out that he can produce wings, a set of white wings. Only one, though, at the time. Once the priest sees this, he looks, thinking Asta looks like an angel, though also remembering that he has heard of wing magic before, so maybe Asta has wing magic. If you are curious about that, then remember the uh, somewhat heavy set opera woman with the wing magic from the Blue Rose Knights in the anime? Yeah, her. So, yeah. So, we continue to where Asta does get older and ends up in the same situation with the guy who's trying to take Yuno's pendant, though this time he extends his hand and dark matter is produced, lunging outwards, creating a hand, grabbing the man and pinning him to the ground, causing him to release Yuno's pendant. Asta is surprised by this, thinking, wait, what is this? As the hand comes back to him and the dark matter goes away, as for it's just like white, some kind of light white liquid, and it goes back to Asta's hand and goes away. So before anything else, Asta just kind of hurries up, sprouting his wings to grab Yuno with his pendant and get out of there. After that incident, Asta begins and decides to start training whatever that was he saw. So he began to try to form what he produces into different shapes. He made hammers, knives, and other things, then thought about what these things would be like. He thought it would act similar to a blade, and it did, and what it would be like if it bent. He thought that as he was continuously practicing it, seeing it bend like rubber. After that, he figured maybe this stuff does what I want it to by thinking and focusing on it. He tries all kinds of things, seeing that it can get hotter, it can heal, as well as if he lets light pass through it by thinking of intent of making the light stronger, it makes a light beam that just falls on blast, makes a beam of light that acts like light magic. As he continues to get older, he finds himself capable of sprouting more wings. First, he sprouts a second pair and then a third. He keeps the more complicated parts of what he can do secret, but he is enjoying flying around and training with Yuno. Yuno does know about what Asta can do, and he does train for all kinds of things using what he thinks is magic, explaining that based on how he wants it to be and react, it can do all kinds of things to help him out. He can make it as hard as possible, soft and fluffy, just about anything. He can even extend his wings to be like, or his feathers to be like blades and attack, while also causing them to fold in to defend himself. So they do get that, and things go pretty smoothly. As you can tell with some of my what ifs, the powers that tend to cause less of a resistance in this world, or make it seem like to most people it's just some type of magic or something that's known in their world to their logic, doesn't cause a lot of alarm or anything like that. And to the people of Hodge Village, that's what Asta has. So we continue to the grimoire ceremony where the same happens, and Asta leaves, sprouting his wings, flying off. Though coming back after Asta, defends himself against the nobles complaining that got a grimoire while they didn't, just being pissed about it, and just full on stomping them, but then being attacked by the chain mates, capturing and taking his grimoire again. Well, not again, sorry, but taking his grimoire. And Asta is flying back where he saw this. He instantly hurries up and sends a blade of dark matter right at them. So the chain maids noticed this before it was able to hit him, but it still came pretty freaking close with him saying, "Damn, what the hell?" As he sees Asta flying down to attack him, the chain maids begins to fight back and is struggling, wondering how is this kid moving like this. Asta's defending himself, making a shield out of dark magic to stop the chains, but the chain mage just stops and says, "You're a real freak, you know that? These chains can sense magic, and you don't have any, but yet you still have something like this? What the hell? Though I am able to capture you, I'm sure a nice research lab would be paid top dollar for you." Asta, hearing this, gets frustrated and says, "No way, I'm going to stop you and get Yuno's grimoire back." Which is when the black grimoire, the 5-leaf clover grimoire, bursts out and goes to Asta. Asta grabs it, and then, and just when the chain maze fires a large amount of chains while Asta is distracted, Asta swings the sword and destroys it. The chain maze begin to freak out, saying, "You're a monster, a demon!" Flaring his wings, the chain mate just doesn't know what to think. He's panicking. He tries to attack again, but Asta uses his wings to defend, and the chains do nothing. Asta soars, blitzes, full on soars, blitz to the chain mate, slamming him into the ground with his sword without much trouble. After sending the chain mate away with the authorities, Yuno and Asta still do the little fist bump thing and still vow that one of them will become the Wizard King. As for Asta's training, he figures that he should figure out some other tricks besides what he knows so far. He tries to think of different weapons and different items that he can make with his dark matter, using them to create chains to uh, restrain enemies, though he figures something else, that maybe while he attempts to fight someone, that maybe with his sword, he starts thinking it real hard and creates a full-on clone, even with the wings, using his dark matter. He's so excited, making it create a dark matter sword. He brandishes it at its clone and begins to train with it, Though it only does what he orders it to do. After giving it some orders, it seems to go on somewhat of an autopilot, though it won't go as far as to harm Asta unnecessarily or over the top. So it isn't much in training for actual combat for Asta. He then attempted to give the anti-magic sword to the clone, which ends up working. He finds that pretty surprising, but figures it be pretty useful. Which afterwards he then finds the same diamond mage who teaches him about using magic, swords, magic, and all that, or magic swords, whatever you want to call it, but he does give him some good tips on it. So, based on that, Asta tries just coating his anti-magic with his dark matter. He coats the blade with it, and oddly enough, he finds it that the dark matter turns black. It's the first time that something like that's happened. The clone didn't turn black because there was too much dark matter for it to convert at the time. Though coating the blade with the dark matter did this. After that, he began practicing, figuring out he could fire balls of black dark matter that could cancel out magic, as well as a type of extending it to use similar to a whip for at the time. Though, if he lost focus, it actually dissipated and he would have to reform the dark matter on the sword again. It was very hard to keep the dark matter stable like that in this form. So he had to practice a whole lot. He got a good hang of it, but if he got his mind wandered, or if he figured if he got a good hit on him, that it would destabilize separating and the dark matter would just disappear and he'd have to do it over again. So there is that, which kind of also finds as kind of just sucks. But he figures that he'll probably get to a point where he doesn't need to have to worry as much on that point once he trains and gets better with it. So this will be the end of the what if for now, and we'll pick this up later. I do hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Now then, this was Insane Monster doing What If Asta Had Dark Matter Part 1. Hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I already said that. Whatever. Have a good day. See you later.